there's a lot of ways I could start this episode. I've been going through a lot right now, and I've kind of hit rock bottom. I hadn't been feeling too good, socially, physically, mentally, and all the above. It's kind of sad because I was in such a great place. I felt like I had, climbed a mountain, a really high mountain, and finally gotten to the top. Like, I had done all that work and prepared so much, and finally I had reached the top. Maybe feeling like I was the best I had ever been. And then, suddenly, it was such a straight incline down, like a straight fall down. And I just completely crashed down and reached the very bottom of the mountain. Like, I started drowning, I felt like I was drowning. I still right now feel like I'm drowning. I think I went through the phases of grief, though. I went through the feeling denial and hopeless. And now, I don't feel hopeless anymore. I just feel like I don't know what's next. I don't know what to do. I honestly just don't know anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. And it feels like I know I'm supposed to grow and change. Because obviously when people go through things that are like extreme, like they get really sick or they get really sad or anything happens to them, you go to Google and start researching. Just like me, I went to Google and started researching, and the universe gave me all these signs that basically I have to grow and change. And it sucks because I feel like everything has changed. My entire environment has changed, but I was so prepared and ready for it that when one thing went wrong, all the dominoes I had stacked up, all of them fell down. No backup plan, no plan, everything I'd prepared for nothing, and I had to straight go into this big change I had been preparing for. I went into it feeling the worst I had ever felt. I met people at my worst. I did new things at my worst. I was drowning and in a sea of fire and currents and in a storm. It was the worst feeling I have ever felt in my entire life, and probably the worst storm I have ever had to deal with, and am still dealing with in my entire life. I'm glad that I can feel like it's getting better. I still have these worries and like tension and stress and overwhelming in me, but I just feel like it's better. It's getting better, and I'm just at a different stage now. Like, I don't want to get into it, but I was feeling very at the end of everything. I was feeling like it was the end of everything. I'm not going to get into it though. Trigger warning for that though. And I was also researching because I just wanted to know why my brain thinks so differently than other people. Why does my mind work so differently? And I've always wanted to know, and I finally came across this thing called ADHD. I'd always known what it was, and I now know that I definitely have it, and I'm gonna get it professionally diagnosed, but I just feel at peace. Like, I feel like I always feel the extremes. I always feel extremely happy or extremely sad. I always feel the extremes, and right now, I kind of just want to feel content. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel like I can feel sadness if something sad happens, and I can feel happy if something happy happens. But I don't have to feel those emotions 24/7. I don't have to be sad, like I am right now. I don't want to have to feel like this, like feeling that I'm sad and just going through the days feeling sad. Like, there's nothing specific that made my day bad. I'm just having a bad time. Like, I talk to people and it's like, no, I'm not having a bad day. I'm having a rough month. It's just a storm, is how I like to describe it. I'm just going through it. I'm just having a rough time. I'm just going through a lot. Those are words that I love to say and use to express what I'm going through. But it also sucks because I don't want to have to say those things anymore. I want to be able to say, oh, I just had a bad day. Or something specific happened to me, which is why I'm sad today, but I will be fine tomorrow. But I can't. It just doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, depression works in its crazy ways, and it is completely unfair, and life is unfair, and everything is unfair. One moment you can feel on top of the world, and the next you can feel so low, you don't even know what to do anymore. It sucks because everything is temporary. Everything. Your happiness is temporary, and so is your sadness, which are both very scary to me. Anxiety also sucks. Feeling stress, anxiety, overwhelmed, depression, having undiagnosed issues such as, like, for me personally, ADHD. I have also a thing called maladaptive daydreaming, which a lot of people were telling me, like medical professionals, that it comes off of a different medical thing. So now I've figured out that the reason I have maladaptive daydreaming is because I have ADHD, which I'll get into in like a different episode if I want to. It sucks because I'm a very funny, outgoing, positive, social person when I'm not upset. And then when I'm sad, I become this social anxiety and sad, numb, emotionless, kind of talkative, but not that talkative. Not very funny. I don't like, if I am funny, I just don't feel like I am funny. I feel like if people laugh when I make a joke when I'm sad, there's no emotion that brings me happiness when I'm down. I always feel when I'm down, like a sense of peace, which to me is happiness. Like, I never feel happy when I'm sad, which sucks. Like, I just want to have a balance, you know? And a balance cannot be that, like, if I feel super happy, that I have to equal it out with feeling super sad. There's no way that's how that works, and I don't want to live a life like that. And right now, the best way I could describe it is I was drowning, and I found an island in the middle of nowhere, and now I'm just stuck. Like, I'm just stuck here. Like, at least I'm not drowning anymore, but I'm still on an island, you know? A really small island. And it's so easy to just fall off the edge and go back in the water. But it seems like there's no boats or anybody coming to save me, you know? And sometimes storms come when I'm on that island. But, like, at least I'm not drowning, you know? But I'm still on that island, and there's still storms coming, and people are still telling me, like, it's temporary. Someone will come and save you. Everything will be okay. Like, stuff like, just distract yourself. Like, do stuff that makes you happy, you know? When you're sad, just do stuff that makes you happy because this is temporary. And to me, it's just, the words that are coming out of people's mouths are, just distract yourself until the storm finally goes away. But the storm's still here. And it's still destroying things that I won't be able to save when I'm happy, you know? Like stuff right now, if I take a break, I'm losing and missing out on so many memories. But if I stay, I'll get stressed out and sad and upset and feel down, and it'll get worse. So I feel like if I'm in the situation or not in the situation, I'm still missing out on fun situations, you know? I don't know, it's a lot to explain. It's hard to explain, but I really like talking. Like, I like explaining things. I love poetry and writing lyrics and just figurative language. I love figurative language, but I hate saying figurative language because it makes it sound like an ELA classroom, you know? And ELA and like school, they like completely unromanticize things. Like, they make it so not fun anymore. Like, I love writing, and I love writing poems and, you know, like figurative language, like I said, metaphors and stuff, but I hate how ELA makes it. It makes me hate it, you know? Like, school just changes things. They take stuff that could be lovable and make it into these, like, LED white classrooms, you know? Like, 4 walls, a teacher, and a whiteboard. Like, this horrible hell experience. I hate school. I think I don't get how people could like it. Like, I don't get how you can like school. I hate school. Looking back at it, I had some fun over the years, but I hate school. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining my starter episode. I have no idea what I'm gonna name this. I might name this, like, I don't know, intro episode or some dumbass shit like that, you know? But, thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you later.